And tonight we like to start with this picture, Kun Thepchai, and we believe that can be very hard lifting for Thai people in the middle of pandemic. Their Majesty, the King and Queen, today visited the site of the project, providing public assistance at the headquarters of the King's Bodyguard Regiment. They also observed the work of members of the regiment and their families in sewing bags to be used to contain royal relief materials. Her Majesty the Queen also gave guidance on the sewing of the face mask that will be given out to palace officials, their families and members of the public. According to the royal office, Their Majesty made the visit on the occasion of first anniversary of their royal wedding in order to express their concerns over the impact of the coronavirus pandemic on the people. Their Majesty have been handing out many lots of medical equipment, face masks, and relief items to medical personnel and members of the public since the outbreak of the virus. On behalf of the Thai PBS world, we would like to say, long live their majesties.
Yeah, definitely, Kunatha. We long live their majesty, the king and queen. And as we mentioned earlier, that Thai people certainly are very anxious to return to normal life, right? Now, but the relaxation of the shutdown measures will not take effect until Sunday, that is 2 days away. But you can tell from the volume of the traffic on Bangkok street today that people are very eager, to be back to normal. So Bangkok today is Friday, right? So it looks like a normal Friday now with cars on the streets and traffic jams at many places. And that only shows that life is returning to normal, Kunatha, not normal.
Yes, so it's Friday, nearly normal, as business as usual, Kun Thepchai, as we can see how traffic is quite bad today, especially if we compare with the past month during the pandemic crisis and during the order of stay-at-home order. But with the steady decline of the new infection and with the ease of restriction in which about 6 business activities will be allowed to reopen again. That's why today we see how life has become near normal in Bangkok. We can see from congested traffic.
That's right. It's understandable. People have had this pent-up mood by the fact that they have been confined to homes or are not able to conduct their normal activities for more than a month. So with 2 days away before the relaxation of these shutdown measures, people are making preparations or even jump the gun to sort of celebrate the return of some normalcy.
Especially today when we heard the case of new infection is the lowest in a month. It's six new confirmed cases. That's according to CCSA COVID-19 Situation Administration. But again, Dr. Tawisin, spokesperson of CCSA, told us that we still have to cooperate fully on all the measures, even though it's on the path of more relaxation.
Now, as we know that we are having a long weekend holiday, right, Gunatha? That means that a lot of people have started or are on the way to leaving Bangkok for upcountry. According to statistics of the center, as many as 800,000 people left Bangkok on April the 16th. That was right after Songkran by public transport and private cars. And the number jumped to more than 840,000 on April the 23rd. And then yesterday, the number was as many as 960,000 people leaving Bangkok. So that means that the repeated pleas by authorities for people to stay home over this long holiday is not really striking the right chord among many people.
US doctor also repeatedly warning that premature easing of lockdown restriction by several state governors could lead to the eruption of a second wave of infection, which will be much more serious. So even though the situation in Thailand is on the steady decline situation, but it doesn't mean that we can be complacent or underestimate the whole situation, Kun Thepchai.
That's right. I mean, now the responsibility is on the shoulders of everyone now. After the relaxation of the shutdown measures starting this Sunday, social distancing and hand washing and making sure that we don't go to places with mass gatherings. These are some of the directives that still need to be strictly complied with to ensure that we are not paving the way for a resurgence of the virus.
Yes. Now let's take a look at the business activities that can resume this Sunday, Kun Thepchai. It means that on the 3rd of May, many business can reopen. And we got executive order by the Prime Minister just coming out at about 6 o'clock today about what are the measures for the business and social activity to resume. The first one, markets. All types of market can function again, including wet community and floating markets, walking distance, walking streets, and roadside vendors. And that again, as we told our audience before, this is really important for the life of Thai people around the country.
And then we have restaurants, food shops and coffee shops, ice cream parlors and food trucks that can resume business as normal, but of course with certain conditions attached. Is starting this Sunday. So that means that we can go back to enjoy our favorite foods at our favorite restaurants. But of course, life will not be as normal as it used to be, at least for a while anyway.
Especially the seating arrangement, all the facility, all the customer need to keep distance from one another. And the seating arrangement, especially in restaurant, perhaps it's about 1 meter apart from one another. That's very crucial, Kun Thepchai, in order to keep social distancing and not to try to involve with the risk of infection. So probably that's the new normal of business activities that we'll be seeing again this Sunday.
Now we have conducted a rough survey of many food shops and restaurants, and very clear that the proprietors are more than eager to reopen their business. So they're cleaning up their floors, cleaning up their tables, and setting up certain partitions to comply with the social distancing directives. So it's good news that people can go back to normal to some extent anyway, and that we can really, to some extent, can resume our normal social activities.
Yes, and I'm sure for people who have grown their hair during this 1 month, they cannot wait to go back to beauty salon, hair salon or barbers, especially for men, in which cutting hair must be quite crucial. Kun Thepchai.
Yeah, that's right. I think I have been talking to a lot of friends and people I know that that's the biggest concern, not having a proper haircut for the past 1.5 months or so.